Cruise news time. Well, big announcement coming from Disney in regards to the future of kids cruising on Disney Cruise Line. This one you got to pay attention to. Plus, one of my favorite cruise celebrities, moms, one of their moms getting a big honor from a cruise line, and a lot more. Cruise news. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Lido, Loca. I'm your host Tony, here with the latest cruise news update, and I am still on assignment in the Caribbean. I'm on Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas, and today we are having our second perfect day at Coco Cay. Look, it would be selfish of me to keep these views to myself, so let me give you a few moments of Coco Cay from afar so that you can be a part of that cruise life. Can you hear the ocean? Can you smell the sea? Check this out. Have the FOMO, fear of missing out. You're missing out. You need to be here with me in the Caribbean. But look, I'm here to give you the cruise news. But first, I need to give a big shout out to today's sponsor, Surfshark VPN. I'm here in the middle of the Caribbean. I'm on a public Wi-Fi on a cruise ship, and my data is at risk unless I do something to protect that data. It's true anytime that you travel, that you jump on a public Wi-Fi at a coffee shop or at a hotel, you are in a less secure situation with your private data than you are if you're, say, behind your home defenses if you're at home. And so I use a tool, a VPN, a virtual private network, to protect my data. It encrypts my data. It allows me to surf the internet with a little more peace of mind that the ne'er-do-wells out there aren't trying to get at my identity, aren't trying to get at my data. And the VPN tool that I recommend is Surfshark VPN. It's a very easy one-click operation to get connected to a virtual private network to protect your data on any of your devices. And one of the reasons I'm happy to recommend Surfshark VPN is because they have a pricing model where you pay one price and it covers all of your devices. And another reason I'm happy to recommend Surfshark VPN is they always have a great deal for the locafam. If you use the link in the description and the promo code LOCA, you can save 83% off of the normal price and also get 4 months for free. Surfshark VPN does have a money-back guarantee, so you can try it without any risk and have your data protected. Thank you, Surfshark VPN, for sponsoring today's show. All right, so let's jump into the cruise news. The first big story coming out of Disney Cruise Line, where they have announced what their policies are for kids going into 2022. Starting on January the 13th, 2022, everyone who is 5 years old and older on Disney Cruise Line will be required to be vaccinated. In the official statement, Disney said this will be a requirement for all guests, U.S. and international, ages 5 and up, for sailings beginning on or after January the 13th, 2022. Guests who are not vaccine eligible because of age must provide proof of a negative COVID test result. Disney said that vaccines approved by the CDC and the World Health Organization will be accepted. Those include Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca, Covishield, Novavax, Sinopharm, and Sinovac. Interesting. I'm going to tie in the international piece in a second. And for those guests that aren't vaccine eligible, they will have to present a NAAT test, lab-based PCR test, or a rapid PCR test. Must be taken between 3 days and 24 hours before the passenger's sail date. Disney, not surprising, much of their clientele involves kids, and they're going the route of kids need to be vaccinated to cruise on their cruise lines. Not a huge surprise. Again, as we're dealing with international travel, I think you're going to see that vaccine requirement going forward for a while. And certainly Disney's going to try to get back to cruising with more kids by implementing this vaccine policy. And let me take a moment here to talk about international cruisers on cruise ships. Something happened on the Odyssey of the Seas that at the moment that it was happening, I didn't really take in its significance. And because of that, I didn't film it, and I kind of wish that I would have. But let's remember that on November the 8th was when the United States opened its borders back up to international travelers. And certainly a beneficiary of that reopening happening is the cruise industry, and it hit me like a ton of bricks after this thing happened how true that was. I'm on Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas. We're sailing at about 50%, 2,400 passengers, and on the opening night show, the cruise director came out and he ran through all the countries that were represented on board, looking for applause, how many people were in the audience, and it was a list from Argentina to Iran to China. There were nationals from all of these countries on the ship. I feel like it was anywhere between 200 to 300 internationals on this ship, and so really somewhere between 15 and 20% of the crews are people that have traveled in internationally. I bring all this up because it is a good signal and something to be aware of. It's a good signal that we're seeing more international travelers coming in to cruise in the United States. Of course, to even get in the United States, you have to be vaccinated, so that makes all of these folks eligible to cruise, and they're starting to come onto cruise ships. And so as you cruise now, I haven't seen much diversity in the cruising that I've done previously, international diversity, and now we are. Even like in the casino, it's an interesting thing on the Odyssey of the Seas. They didn't have a baccarat table until this cruise, and now the profile of some of the cruisers coming in, they like to play baccarat, and so there's a baccarat table there. There's definitely a more international flavor in the casino, and so a positive sign for cruising, definitely helping the cruise industry with the restart, because the goal is to get as many people on the cruise ships as possible to keep these companies viable, and that's certainly happening. So just be aware that on your next cruise, that if you've cruised any in 2021 out of the US, you may not have had a lot of diversity, international diversity, but certainly that's happening now. Big cruise news story number 2, Celebrity has announced the name of their next cruise ship in the Edge class. And the Edge class is getting bigger by the year, as it were. We have the Celebrity Edge, the Celebrity Apex. Both of those are currently sailing. We have the Celebrity Beyond coming out next year in 2022. And now in 2023, we will be welcoming the Celebrity Ascent. Dun, dun, dun. Ascent. I'm fascinated by these names, but more about that later. Of course, the big story inside that Celebrity Edge family is Captain Kate McHugh. She has been tasked to bring the Celebrity Beyond all the way from construction into where it has paying passengers. This is the first time that a female captain has ever done that for a cruise ship. So that's the big story that we'll be tracking along with into 2022. And let me just say this, I've seen some pushback before. Should it be a big deal that Kate McHugh is the first female to do this or to do that? I take my cue from her. I listened to her on the Celebrity Edge. She had a very good talk, and she said at the beginning she wanted to resist that idea that there was some sort of label. She just wanted to do the job that everybody else had done, and she didn't necessarily want to really promote this, first female this, first female that. But then she had a moment where she realized that she was blazing a trail for females in the industry, and she wanted to be that point of inspiration. And so she fully embraces the idea that she is blazing a trail, that she is the first female to do some of these things in the industry. And I celebrate that with her. Like I said, I take her cue, and as long as she celebrates being the first female, then we will continue to encourage that and to celebrate that with her. And so I'm excited as the Edge class is rounded out with a new cruise ship, the Ascent. We're seeing a lot of new cruise ships come online. Carnival just announced their newest cruise ship coming out of Galveston, the next one in the XL class, the Carnival Jubilee. And all this ship name talk has made me wonder this: what would you name a cruise ship? That's your assignment for today, or one of them. In the comments, go and take your favorite cruise line and give us a brand new cruise ship name, and I will highlight that in a future video, maybe with a reward. So if you want to play along, give us a cruise ship name for your next cruise ship. I've got one more big cruise news story, and I'm excited about it because it involves one of my favorite cruising celebrities. Before I get there, though, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Thank you in advance. Well, I'm talking about Carnival's CFO, the Chief Fun Officer, Shaquille O'Neal, How about that? Shaq has had a great relationship with Carnival, and most recently debuting his Shaq's Big Chicken on Carnival Mardi Gras. And let me tell you, from an included food option, Shaq's Big Chicken is hard to beat. I was super impressed with Shaq's Big Chicken when I was on the Carnival Mardi Gras. And what's really exciting when you see these celebrity relationships with companies is a deepening of that relationship. And I believe that that's what is happening. Carnival is getting ready to bring out the Carnival Radiance, which is the newest ship in the Sunshine class. I say newest because it used to be the Carnival Victory, but now it's been completely overhauled. It's been renamed. It's got a new paint scheme, and this is the Carnival Radiance, and it also has a new godmother, and it is Dr. Lucille O'Neill. That's Shaq's mama, an author, a public speaker, a philanthropist who works with many charitable organizations, and Shaq's mama. Thanks to her for producing Shaq, the chief fun officer. So yeah, that's kind of cool, exciting news. Definitely a feel-good story, and congratulations to Shaq and to Dr. Lucille O'Neill. I can't wait to see that ceremony when she names the Radiance and does the godmother stuff. How about that? So boom, that's your cruise news. You know the assignment. Give me a ship name. What do you think about Disney? Anything. And let me say this about our online community. I don't say it enough. I'm really enriched by reading the comments. It's an online community. We still have to deal with certain things, but for the most part, it's really a really enriching, great online community in our YouTube comments. And so thank you guys for that. I really do think, of course I'm biased, but I do think you're the best online commenting community on YouTube in the travel space. I'll be bold because I love you guys, but yeah, thank you guys for all of your continued community efforts as we build community through the comments. Thanks so much for checking out the show today, and make sure you check out the video I did about the best and worst on Carnival Mardi Gras. And you got to do this, you got to hit the like button, or the next time you go to teppanyaki, the guy's gonna throw like scrambled egg to go in your mouth, and it's gonna bounce off your beard onto the table, and everybody's gonna laugh at you. It could happen. I've never seen it happen, but it could happen. Hit the like button. Tony with Lido Loca. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.